guys, it's your girl Naturally Nata here, and I'm back with another video today. We're just doing something really chill. Today I figured I'd do a chit chat get ready with me. A get ready with me to go nowhere. It's Sunday afternoon and I'm home alone right now, so I just wanted to come on here and basically just talk and do my hair and my makeup. I really want to do something that's all yellow eyeshadow, yellow hair, and I have the perfect yellow wig right here. It's from Sam's Beauty, my favorite online beauty supply wig store. You guys already know. So I have worn this wig once before, so I really like it. I actually wore it on 4th of July and it was really freaking cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I put it back on. I don't want to be bald the whole video and do hair last, so I'm going to do hair first. And I actually do like putting wigs on first, especially if I'm going to be using some type of adhesive. Let's make sure my hair is covered. This wig, ooh, did one of the combs come off? Okay, that's weird. I don't think. I just wore this one time and it's really weird because there's a clip on one side of the part but not on the other, which I didn't notice that the first time I wore it. And there's a clip in the back and it has the bra straps, which I already have hooked up. So I'm just going to, it is just a closure, so I'm going to just put this on. And I didn't even tell you guys what wig this is, so I'm going to tell you guys that in 1 second. Oh yes. I did add some foundation to the part the last time I wore it, so it's still there a little bit. You can see it's a little brown right there, which I really like. So this wig is the Raya Hair Swiss 100% Human Hair Blend Lace Front Wig Most Realistic Look Series. I have this one right here. So like I said, it is 100% human hair. It has a 5.5 inch deep Swiss part, I guess, with baby hair. It does come with baby hair, and it's in the style Wig 059 and color Yell for yellow. It says you can use a curling iron on this, and it's really cute. Like, as you can see, the cut, so cute. Like I said, it does come with baby hairs. That's why mine look a little crunchy right now, because I did lay down the baby hairs to mask my actual black hair. And now after re-putting on this wig, I really don't feel like it's necessary to adhese it down to your head. And this side of the wig does have the clip and this side doesn't. And I think it's to keep this part, you know, this part that's the deep side part, from moving. So I'm just gonna really secure that down like that. This is such a cute wig, and I cannot believe that it's human hair, so you're kind of like getting that watercolor method type of wig without having to watercolor it. It's already the bright color that you're going for. Okay, now as you can see, I have like the baby hairs out. These are the baby hairs that actually came on the wig, but some of them are a little long, so I'm just gonna clip just a few. I want to have this piece behind my ear, but I do not want my black hair to show on my sideburn, of course. So I'm going to just clip this right here. Take it on a hair toothbrush. I'm going to use that to smooth these baby hairs out. I like using the freeze blasting spray a lot because it's less harsh. It won't make them look, you know, so crunchy and rigid, but it will hold them in place. Alright guys, so I just thinned this little side part out as thin as I could get it, using this, one of these little things that you can find at the beauty supply that thins your hair out. So as you can see, I made it a lot shorter, and I just took that Got to Be Freeze Blasting Spray and made it and glued it down, and now it's nice and hard and everything's Looking good. It's cute. The baby hairs are cute. So yeah, this is the wig. We are done. So what I'm gonna do is just take my Lata body scarf that has a lot of makeup on it. And while my edges are tied down, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and move on into the eyes. Let me clip this back. Looking crazy, looking crazy. All right, so all I'm gonna do for the eyes is take my Black Radiance contour palette, True Complexion contour palette, and this is in the shade Light Medium. As you can see, this palette is really well loved. It's the perfect bronzer for me, and for summer, it's just perfect. I use it all the time. So I'm just gonna take this and put it in my crease. All the way in. All right, so as you can see, that's just a nice natural wash of color in the crease. So then I'm gonna go in with the lid shade, which is gonna be the star of the show, the yellow shade for the look. It's gonna be from the Anastasia Riviera palette. One of the most beautiful palettes for summer, I think. Like, look at this thing. I love this palette so much, and I love this shade so much. It's called Inheritance. It's this yellow shade right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the primer water that I'm gonna be using on my face in a few minutes. Actually, I'm gonna spray my face right now because it's feeling so dry. Whew. I love this stuff so much. What does everyone think about this drama going on with Jaclyn Hill and her freaking lipsticks? It's like never ending. The lipsticks came out, what, May 30th? Here we are in July and the tea is still hot. Like, this is crazy. To me, something can be learned by what happened to her for all of us, like for the rest of us. It's a lesson for the rest of us if you really think about it. And if you are like me, when you really, you know, you believe in God, you believe in reaping what you sow. And honestly, I think that she's kind of reaping what she's sown. Really need to watch some drama channels. I hate to say that, but I do watch drama videos. I love Rich Lux. I love Tea by Ali, A-L-I. I'm gonna have their channels linked below because they they are drama channels, but they are not like super duper messy. They're not like just talking crap about people. They just giving you the facts. They give their opinion too, but for the most part, it's very respectful. They're very respectful about it, and also they leave it up to you to like really decide, like, how do you feel about this situation? So definitely check them out if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you do know what I'm talking about, still check them out because it will definitely give you, you know, some insights into this whole thing. But I say all that, I'm going back in with the bronzer. I say all that to say that I really feel like this could be a lesson to all of us. It really just looks like greed and not being humble. Those two things look to be what got to her and what has been the downfall of her, and doing other people wrong to make it to the top. You can't live your life that way, and you can't continuously lie and continuously do people wrong and expect to succeed, expect your dreams to come true, and expect, you know, God to give you what you want. And that will lead me into my next subject that I'm going to talk about, which is why I quit my job. You can't do people wrong and expect God to bless you. And that's really the lesson that I think Jaclyn Hill is going to have to learn. And that she's learning right now, and I hope she's listening to God because he's definitely speaking to her. Like, this is the biggest debacle in makeup that has ever happened, and it happened to her. And she has to sit back, think about why did this happen to me? You always got to take a step back and look at yourself. It's not like a victim mentality. You can't play the victim in this situation totally, and you cannot like it's everybody else's fault, because God allowed this to happen to you for a reason. If you don't want to say God or whatever, I believe in God. We believe in God in this channel, but you could say the universe. The universe allowed this to happen. And why? It's because something ain't right. So I did go in with Palm, which is the darkest shade in this Anastasia Riviera palette, and I'm just gonna blend that out. I put it on the outer V, as you can see, and I'm just gonna blend it out. But yeah, just let that be a lesson. Like, looking at this situation, you gotta watch how you treat people. You can't treat people any type of way. You can't lie over and over repeatedly and expect what you want to happen and your dreams and everything to come true. You gotta really humble yourself, and she's not humble, obviously. And until she does that, I really feel like you're not gonna be able to come back. If she humbles herself and she really does some self-reflection, maybe she can come back from this. But this is crazy. Like, people are finding mold. People think the hairs that are being found in the lipsticks are animal hairs. Understand, like, she's not the one making the lipsticks, but she has repeatedly lied and not taken responsibility since this all has happened. If she would have taken responsibility, recalled the lipsticks, apologized profusely, then maybe I feel like we wouldn't still be talking about this right now. But because none of that has happened and she has like literally like disappeared and left all her customers and, you know, subscribers and everything out to dry, I really feel like that's why we're still talking about it. And she's still playing the victim. Like, oh my God, you know, this happened to me, I need to take time away. No, if you a CEO, you a businesswoman, you can't take time away. You gotta just explain yourself. You can't disappear like that. And you know, I had to learn this lesson too, because if you don't know, I had a situation where I went viral for a very crazy reason over a makeup client. And the way I handled the situation, you know, I know what I'm talking about, and I had to take a step back and look at myself too, like, you know, what did I do wrong? And I don't feel like that I was not a humble person, but I could have been more humble, you know? So, and I feel like that's why that happened to me, and it happened for a reason. I'm actually glad it happened. So maybe that will happen to Jaclyn too, that she'll realize the error in her ways and she'll come back stronger. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm done with the eyes. As you can see, that's it. Very simple eye look, 3 colors, 1 being a bronzer. So very simple. I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. These are the Ardell 203s, and I'll be back so we can start on the skin. Alright guys, so I'm ready to hop into the skin. This is what the eyes are looking like. First off, for the skin, I'm going to go in with some of this Second Nature One with Earth 100% pure hemp seed oil. So it's for your hair and skin, and hemp seed oil reduces inflammation, boosts immune system, and balance to overall health, allowing your body to heal and grow naturally. It's high in fatty acids, omega-3, and many other components essential for skin and hair. So it's refined for cosmetic use. Like I said, I do have dry skin, so I do love going in with a facial oil first before I go in with my makeup, just to really hydrate my skin. Even though it is summer, and you know, people are sweating when they go outside, and I sweat too, this still just makes my makeup look flawless for longer, in my opinion, because I do have such dry skin. If I just go in with nothing, just straight to foundation with no type of facial oil on my face, my makeup does not look as good, and I've noticed that it's like a must for me. Now that the oil has sunk into my skin a little bit and it's not just as wet and like, you know, all over the place, it's absorbed into my skin a bit, I'm gonna go in with another primer, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 Primer Water. I used this earlier to wet my brush for the shimmer that we put on our eyes. I love this stuff, like I said. Once again, that just really adds some hydration into my skin, and my skin just loves it, and it smells really good. Coconut is one of my favorite scents, and it's a really like sweet type of coconut scent, and I really like that. For my foundation, this is the absolute #1 foundation for me for summertime. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade Butter Pecan. This is the second summer that I've used this product. This is one of the shades that Jackie Aina came out with in collaboration with Too Faced, and it's my perfect summer shade, and it's the perfect type of foundation for me. It's very hydrating, but it's very full coverage. Perfect for me. It doesn't dry me out. It gives me a really beautiful full coverage finish, but it still looks very natural. So what I'm gonna do is just apply this to my face. And first I'm gonna go in with a foundation brush, and then I'm gonna go over that with a sponge. For the brush, I'm gonna use this BH Cosmetics 124 brush. and I'm just going to press this into my skin. I love going in with a brush first and then going over that to really press it in and make it look flawless with a sponge. The brush just gives me that fuller coverage that I'm looking for, and then the sponge will take some of that away and just really flawless it out. I don't put that much foundation on my forehead, not only because of the wig, but also it's just unnecessary. And now I'm going to go in with the sponge. This is the L'Oreal sponge. And I'm just going to press that in my skin very lightly. As you can see, it just gives me like a really full coverage type of look, which is really what I'm going for. It's flawless, it's beautiful. And you can see how much foundation that took away. So you guessed it, my favorite concealer for the summertime is definitely the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I use the shade Warm Sand. Once again, this is perfect, hydrating, very full coverage though. Not really too matte. So I just take that underneath my eyes, in the middle. Ooh, got it on my eyebrow a little bit. I take it underneath my eyes, on my chin, on my cupid's bow, on the tip of my nose, and then just a little bit right here in the center. And that's it. And I will let that dry down for a second. You really do not have to let it dry too much, but I do just let it sit for a second, because when it's not so wet, you don't immediately go into it, it will create more coverage if you let it just sit there for a second and dry just a bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back in with my sponge, starting with the chin, because I wanna let the under eye sit there as long as possible. Powder is one of my favorites, but the packaging is like trash, so I like being able to use this big top from the Too Faced one to put some of my powder in. So I put about that much, and then I'm gonna just put a little dash of the Too Faced powder, mix it together real quick, and that just creates like a really nice, I don't know if you guys can see that, but like a really nice color for me. So I just take some on the back of my sponge, make sure there's no creasing underneath my eye, and then I'll go in with the pointy side of the sponge and just set underneath my eye. And do that on the other side as well. Then I'm just going to take some more of the powder, and right below where I'm going to contour, I'm just going to put some powder right there. So we do need to talk some more. I'm supposed to be chatting with you guys, and I haven't even said anything since the beginning. You know, we were discussing the whole Jaclyn Hill thing, and you know, how it could be a lesson for all of us in humility and in greed, really, and in not treating others the way that they should be treated and things like that. So I did mention that I chose to leave my job, and that is one of the main reasons that I chose to leave my job, is because of the toxicity of mainly one individual at my job. I'm going back in with the Black Radiance palette, and I'm just taking a mixture of the contour and the sculpt, only because I'm about to run out of the sculpt, and I'm going to use that to bronze my skin. I chose to leave because the person there and their inhumility and the way they treated others, it just wasn't the way that I would want to be treated. Like, if your job is, you know, messing with your psyche, and if your job is making you feel depressed, or if your job is making you, it's contaminating you, basically. If the toxicity of a person, it could just be one person, or of the whole organization, is wearing down on you, like I felt like my job was doing, then I highly suggest getting out. It will affect you, because that's what it was doing to me. It was affecting me in more ways than one, and it was making me depressed, really. It was really making me depressed, and I dreaded going to work. It was just too much drama, you know? too much stress for no reason. So I had to like literally get out of there, and I'm so glad that I did. And it reminds me of the whole thing with Jaclyn Hill. I'm going back in with the foundation brush, and I'm just pressing over all of this, my whole face, with this wet foundation brush. You will see it will really help make your skin look like skin, even though we have, you know, a lot of powder on. But it, yeah, like I was saying, it was really reminding me of that, of the whole thing with Jaclyn Hill, with the inhumility and, you know, greed, and not treating people the way that they should be treated. It's the same thing. And you know, if you treat people that way, God is not going to bless you. Like, you will not be blessed. You will not succeed. I really highly suggest, if your job is like that, like if it's toxic, if it's a toxic environment, if the leadership sucks, if, you know, drama, I highly recommend, like, don't be afraid, leave the job. I had been contemplating like, yo, if I don't get another job, am I gonna have to come back? And I was contemplating going back and just doing part-time and not being there every day, so I wouldn't have to deal with the mess. But one of my friends that worked there, that had a really bad time there, she said, no, you need to go. And another lady that had a really bad time there told me, no, don't do that. God will take care of you. Like, just, God got you. Like, if you don't get another job, you don't get another job, but God will provide. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to go back. Whether or not I get a job, I am not coming back to this place. And on the last day that I had to show up, a new job called the job that I was at and asked for a recommendation, and that was it. I got the job. So it was just amazing how it all worked out. And if you really just, you know, you really just gotta trust God. And if you do, everything will work out. Like, you really don't have to worry about anything. You really don't. I'm gonna take this Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio in Dark Rich. Look how freaking beautiful this is. I'm gonna take this orangey shade, mainly, just a little bit of this darker one too. And I'm gonna put that on my cheeks. But yeah, just trust God. Like, if you hate your job, like, don't stay. First off, that job doesn't deserve you. They don't deserve you, and it will start to affect you too. And you don't want to associate yourself with something like that, you know, with toxicity. Is it living up to your standard or your morals? Like, it's not worth it. You'll be okay, trust me. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. And, you know, the whole Jaclyn Hill situation really reminded me of that. Like, her downfall is because of those types of reasons. I don't know her personally, of course, but it just seems like there has to be some really crazy crap going on in the background, and the obvious lies and things like that that have really taken the toll on her and caused this whole situation to happen. I always set my face twice. If you didn't know, that's definitely what I do. I always set my face twice because I am dry, like I said, and setting my face twice just, once again, adds hydration back into my skin, and I feel like it makes my makeup last longer, look more like skin, less cakey, everything you want, any day, summer, fall, winter, whatever. So I'm gonna go back in with the 3-in-1 primer water. This is not only a primer water, you can set your makeup and you can also use it to refresh your makeup. So that is the first set of the face. And then I'm going to go in, while my face is still a little dewy, I'm going to go in with my favorite highlighter. This has been my favorite highlighter this summer. It's so beautiful. The Juvia's Place Loose Highlighter, and this is in Nefertiti. Then ooh, look at that. It's so pretty. And it's so golden. This is perfect for a black girl. And I'm going to put some on my nose, tip of my nose. The primer, ooh, that was too much, but it's okay. I'm just gonna bring it up, and we will blend that out a little bit with, it's actually not too much, it's really, look at that. I'm gonna put it on my cupid's bow and also my chin. Just a little bit up here. Whatever's left over on the brush. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Whew, I love it so much. So then I'm going to go ahead and set my face. Again, this will be the last time that we set the face. I'm going to use my other favorite setting spray, which is the Continuous Setting Mist by Morphe. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and finished up my under eye by this one right here underneath my waterline, and I also added my lower lash mascara, and I also added my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight, just using that same Juvia's Place highlighter. So the last thing I want to do to finish up the eyes that I really want to show you guys is I'm going to add a gold eyeliner. I love doing this for the summer. It really opens up your eyes, and this one is absolutely beautiful. This one is by Sister Cosmetics. The shade Bright Bronze, and it's so pretty. I'll show you guys on the back of my hand. It's the best like golden eyeliner that I've ever used, because it really shows up and it really works, you know, especially for, you know, darker skin tone. So I'm going to just take that and apply it to my bottom waterline. That, and that just will really open up the eye. That is the finished eyes. The only thing we have left to do are the lips. So for the lips, I'm gonna take this shade right here, Noble. It's by Makeup Revolution, and I'm gonna use that to outline and fill in my lips. This lip liner is so creamy. That's why I love using it to not only outline, but to just go ahead and fill my lips all the way in, because it's so easy. Overlining, and by overlining I just mean I take it a little bit over my lips, the lip liner, because it will make your lips look amazing in my opinion, like really juicy, really full. As you can see, it's almost the same color as the Noble lip liner. That's really it, just a little swipe. And that is the finished look, guys. Enjoyed this video with the yellow eye and the yellow wig. I think it's so beautiful, especially for summer. Yellow is actually my absolute #1 favorite color, has been ever since I was a child. So I really love this look. Like you can imagine, this is my dream wig, and to have a yellow eye to match it is just perfect for me. I love the lip combo. This is a lip combo I've been wearing, like whatever makeup look I do, I just put this on. If you have less eyeshadow on, it's still pretty. If you have full glam like I'm doing right now, it's still really pretty. This is my full coverage foundation routine for the summer. This is my go-to, like whenever I do my makeup, even if I'm just doing a more natural beat, I will use these products right here. So these are my staples for this summer. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I cannot wait to hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.